Would you kill your own brother-in-law if it came down to it? Now I know a lot of people looking at this will probably go, "Yeah, I'd fucking do it in a heartbeat." But no, this is what happened with Sammy the Bull Gravano. He actually ended up killing his own brother-in-law that he was very close with. Obviously, he was still with his wife at the time, and something happened outside of his control. Apparently, his brother-in-law, Nicholas, his name was, he had been dabbling in cocaine, and he was in a bar one night, and he got into an altercation with a woman, and he started abusing her, calling her all sorts of names. And I think he got in a fist fight with one or two lads as well that were actually connected to other members of the mafia but weren't in the mafia. But the woman who he was insulting verbally, obviously he was calling her all sorts, so leave that up to your imagination. But she was actually the daughter of one of the mob bosses. So obviously she went to her dad and says, "Listen, this guy's at the being slating me and he was starting fights and stuff like that." So the word got back to the boss of the family that was in, and it turned out to be the same family that Samuel Gravado was a part of. And it was common courtesy, they had to tell him, like, "Look, it's being ordered from the top. Your brother-in-law is to be killed." So Sammy, with this information, he tried to protest it, defend him as much as he could. He tried to plead to get a pass so he could be spared and not killed. But in the end, he had to stand down because he would have ended up getting killed then at this stage. So he actually requested, he says, "Look, if anybody's going to do this, I'd prefer if it was me." So in the end, Sammy actually killed his own brother-in-law. And then I've heard many podcasts, Sammy talking about it. That was ultimately what ended his marriage. Obviously, you would expect it to. But yeah, you can understand in some part. I mean, he didn't really want to, but I suppose he thought it would be the most humane way, because if he allowed other members of the mafia to kill him, they might have done it in a more inhumane way. So, in a way, I do see where he was coming from, but still messed up to be killing your own brother-in-law. Like, fucked up.